Fans of Edge of Tomorrow finally have another reason to keep believing that the long-awaited sequel is still on the horizon. Even after more than a decade since the original movie hit theaters, the idea of Edge of Tomorrow 2 continues to generate excitement because everyone involved still seems interested in returning. A recent update may not provide a production date just yet, but it does show that Warner Bros. Still wants to make the sequel happen. That alone is encouraging because it means the project hasn't been forgotten, and the studio still sees potential in bringing Tom Cruise back as Major William Cage for another thrilling adventure. Tom Cruise has built one of the most impressive careers in Hollywood history. Over the years, he has become one of the biggest action stars in the world thanks to blockbuster franchises and unforgettable performances. Whether it's running across rooftops, hanging from airplanes, or performing dangerous stunts himself, Cruise has built a reputation for delivering some of the most entertaining action movies ever made. But among all of his successful films, Edge of Tomorrow stands out because it mixed explosive action with clever science fiction in a way that felt completely fresh. Since the original movie arrived in 2014, fans have continued asking for another chapter. The movie introduced a unique story centered on Major William Cage, a military officer who becomes trapped in a time loop during humanity's war against a deadly alien species. Every time he dies, the day resets, allowing him to slowly become a better soldier while uncovering the mystery behind the invasion. It was an inventive concept that blended action, humor, and science fiction into something that still feels unique today. A new report from Collider has now provided another update on the sequel. While Edge of Tomorrow 2 isn't currently moving through active production at Warner Bros., the report also explains that the studio remains interested in making the film in the future. That is an important detail because it shows the door is still wide open. Instead of shutting the project down completely, Warner Bros. Appears to be waiting for the right opportunity to move everything forward. That kind of patience actually makes sense, because projects like this often take time to come together. Scheduling alone can be incredibly difficult, especially when Tom Cruise has one of the busiest calendars in Hollywood. Between major franchise movies and brand new projects, finding the right window to reunite everyone involved is a challenge. But the fact that the studio continues to hold on to the sequel suggests it still believes another movie is worth making. The journey of the original Edge of Tomorrow has also been pretty remarkable. When it first arrived in theaters, the movie earned around $370 million worldwide against a production budget of roughly $178 million. At the time, many people considered those numbers disappointing because expectations were much higher for a Tom Cruise blockbuster. But the story didn't end there. Once the movie arrived on streaming services and home media, it found an entirely new audience. More and more viewers discovered just how entertaining it was, and its popularity kept growing year after year. Eventually, the movie developed a passionate fan base that still talks about it today. It became one of those rare films that gained even more appreciation after leaving theaters, turning into a genuine cult favorite because audiences kept recommending it to friends and revisiting it themselves. That growing popularity is one of the biggest reasons people remain confident about a sequel. Studios pay attention when movies continue attracting viewers years after release, especially when fans keep asking for another installment. Edge of Tomorrow has managed to stay relevant for more than a decade, and that's not something every action movie can accomplish. Another encouraging sign came directly from director Doug Liman. Last year, he revealed that he has continued working on ideas for Edge of Tomorrow 2 because he wants to find a story that lives up to the original. Rather than rushing into production with an average script, Liman explained that he's spending time trying to crack the right concept. He also pointed out something that makes the sequel especially exciting. According to Liman, both Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt are currently at the very top of their careers. Both stars remain in such high demand, so he believes it would be crazy not to explore another movie with them. That's a pretty strong vote of confidence, because it shows the director is still passionate about returning to this universe. Of course, creating another Edge of Tomorrow isn't as simple as writing a standard action movie. The biggest challenge is the time travel concept itself. Liman explained that time travel stories are incredibly difficult to write because every decision affects the entire plot. Building a satisfying third act while making sure all the rules of time travel still make sense requires a tremendous amount of planning. That attention to detail is actually reassuring, because nobody wants a sequel that feels rushed. The original movie became so memorable partly because its clever storytelling balanced the complicated time loop concept with exciting action and emotional character development. Taking extra time to get the script right could help ensure the second movie reaches the same level of quality. Emily Blunt has also made it clear that she wants to return. Back in 2023, she revealed that she had already read a screenplay that Doug Liman shared with her. Even more importantly, she said she would absolutely love to make the sequel happen. Although the first project from that partnership is Digger, a comedy directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, the agreement still keeps Cruise closely connected with Warner Brothers. That relationship could make it much easier to move Edge of Tomorrow 2 forward once the right script and production schedule come together. Cruise also has several other exciting projects on his calendar. Along with Digger, he is expected to reunite with Paramount for Top Gun 3, and he also has multiple collaborations planned with Christopher McQuarrie, who has become one of his closest creative partners through the Mission Impossible series. That's certainly a busy lineup, but it doesn't close the door on returning to Edge of Tomorrow. Instead, it simply means careful scheduling will be needed before production can officially begin. One of the reasons fans remain so invested in this sequel is because the first movie left plenty of room for more stories. The world of Edge of Tomorrow still has enormous potential, and there are countless ways that filmmakers could expand the mythology surrounding the alien invasion and the mysterious time loop abilities. A sequel doesn't have to repeat the same formula because it can introduce entirely new challenges while keeping the clever science fiction concepts that made the original stand out. Another factor working in the sequel's favor is how much the action genre has evolved over the last decade. Modern audiences continue embracing ambitious science fiction adventures, and Edge of Tomorrow already proved it had a concept capable of standing alongside some of the biggest franchises in Hollywood. Returning now could allow the filmmakers to build on everything they learned from the first movie while using today's filmmaking technology to create even more spectacular action sequences. The popularity of both Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt has only grown since 2014. Cruise continues delivering blockbuster action movies that dominate theaters, while Blunt has become one of Hollywood's most respected leading actresses with acclaimed performances across multiple genres. Bringing both stars together again would instantly make Edge of Tomorrow 2 one of the most anticipated science fiction films in development. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.